Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you everything I know about my relationship and what it's been like to be with a college athlete, the comments I get, tips for even myself and for anyone else who is thinking about dating a college athlete or is in a relationship with one or just completely hates them. I'm going to tell you guys every single detail. So my boyfriend and I have been dating for a year and 8 months. This November it'll be 2 years and I'm super duper excited. Because it's only been technically a year, I get a lot of comments.
Leave him alone, you're not really in love, y'all aren't gonna last, things like that, and it really makes me angry because
I'm like, the length of time that we've been together shouldn't be the picture of why we love each other or why we don't love each other. I just don't understand that mentality. Like, what does a year have to do with not loving someone? Anyways, we're madly in love. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here and we wouldn't be together. Throughout this year, it has been a crazy, tremendously crazy love roller coaster. I mean, we've been through so much that I don't even know where to begin or even how to explain it to you guys. I think the most important thing for everyone to know is that I did not picture myself being with an athlete, not a college athlete, not a high school athlete, not a JUCO athlete, not a nothing athlete. Athlete was never in the picture, okay? I dated 2 athletes in middle school, and let me just tell you, I took all of my relationships seriously, so you guys that say, oh, it's just puppy love, can suck it. And they both screwed me over, and I just kind of placed all athletes in one category of like a-holes and jerks and whatever other bad thing you can think about somebody. They were all in that little ball of hatred. So I was like, I am never going to date an athlete ever again. And here comes this guy strolling along, and you know, we just ended up together, we kind of just clicked. So I mean, you can't help who you love, and when I first met him, I knew that he played football, but I didn't know he played football. I had never met someone or knew someone who was so serious about a sport in my entire life. Like, always thought that was like fairy tale stuff or like movie type things, but it is serious, and there are people who are actually super serious about sports and take what they do seriously. It's not a game, it's not a joke, and I didn't realize that until signing day. And there was cameras and people and like everything. It was all during lunchtime too. Yeah, they just like signed all these documents, and then they were basically selling their bodies to the University of Tennessee for them to make them run and do all this hardcore stuff. So yeah, it is super duper serious, and even at that moment, I didn't know it was that serious. The fact that it is so serious just blew my mind. I had never met someone who was serious about going to college and playing college football and actually succeeding and dreaming of going to the NFL and all of that. Like, it was so much to take in. That wasn't even the beginning. That was like the prelude. Like, it was like the little tiny birds that you see at the beginning of the movie that just kind of like set the setting. Yeah, it was that. So my boyfriend ended up leaving for college earlier than what I did because he had like football camp, and it started at the end of our senior year, like in May, right after we graduated. So he went to Knoxville and moved up here, and we spent the whole summer without each other because I was saving up money to move away from home. And you know, they had practice every day, all day, like 13 hours a day. It was insane. And even at that point, it didn't really it wasn't necessarily clear to me about what was about to happen. So I moved up here, I want to say at the end of summer, and I was just like having fun. I was like,
I'm living on my own, I'm grown, adulting, yes please.
As the year went by, it got so difficult and I was not ready. So this is the point where I started going to football games and I was like, oh yes, I am so cool because I am a football player's girlfriend and I'm supporting him, and I love to support people, and he's my boyfriend. So I was like,
yes, I know how to support people. I can do this.
but at that moment in time, not really a moment, several moments, because it was like a year, maybe not a year, but I did not love myself. I was super insecure. I bleached my hair because I wanted to have blonde hair. I was just not myself, and it really affected our relationship, and it also affected my mindset on everything going on. So when I say everything going on, I mean about photographs and signing things. Like, I was like, what is this? Like, you're like famous? And I was like shocked. I went to bed one day as like a normal girl from Middle Tennessee, and I woke up like I was John Legend's wife or something, and it was so cringy. I don't want to say that even it felt like I was at all famous or that he was famous, but just the feeling of having to look camera ready because, oh, what if I'm in a picture? Like, what if I'm in the background of a picture? What if I'm too fat? Or like, what if I'm ugly, sweaty? Just all these thoughts ran through my mind, and the whole situation wasn't even about me. It was about my boyfriend taking pictures because they're looked at as celebrities or people you would want to look up to. And I know like so many people DM him saying things like they wish they could play, and it's a lot of people admire these football players, and I was not ready for that. And I definitely wasn't ready to be around all of that, all the pictures, all fans screaming and yelling. It was just insane to me. This also brings me back to the
Never dating an athlete ever again.
because I didn't want that. I didn't want to have that much attention, and although it wasn't like directed at me, it was directed at him, and I would be beside him. So I would kind of get this weird feeling in my gut like, this is just like cringy, like I said before. Like, I don't want to be around this. And it was because I was so insecure and I hated myself that I couldn't be there all the way for him. So there's like pictures of me, and you'll see that I have like a straight mean mug on my face. I just did not want to be there. I wanted to support him, but I just did not want to be around in the photos. It kind of made me mad. Not necessarily mad or even jealous, but some emotion in between there. I still can't really explain it. The best thing is like shocked that girls would take pictures with him. They weren't necessarily like sexy girls either. It was just like even older women. It didn't make me mad or jealous. It was just like, why? Like, why are these people taking this so seriously? So I don't ever want to say I regret anything. I don't regret having to go through all of that with struggling inside or struggling outward. I don't want to regret anything that I might have said out of anger or jealousy, shock, whatever you want to call it. I was in a weird transition, and like I said, you know, I never wanted that. So it was a weird transition for me, and I know a lot of people judge me about it, and I can't really take it back, but I really don't regret it because it has changed me and it's made me grow a lot. I have grown a lot since those first few games and everything that's went on this past year with football, and even just in our relationship. We've both really grown a lot, and I don't ever regret being with my boyfriend. I don't regret dating him because he's an athlete. I feel like it's made me grow, and yeah, it's just been a weird experience, but it's also been a growing, changing experience as well. The biggest thing about dating an athlete who is in college is you need to have confidence in yourself. It's a big thing because people are going to talk about you. People are going to say things about you. They might say nice things, but they're definitely going to say hateful things, and you have to have confidence.
I'm here, dude. I don't give up what you say about me. Go ahead, talk it all you want.
You have to have a strong head on your shoulders. And at that point, like I said, I did not. I'm still really sensitive, but I felt like I was even more brittle. And now, especially with the job that I have, I'm just like,
I can do this, I can rock this, I can handle it, I have everything under control.
a tip for even myself and for you guys, time management is a huge issue. When you date an athlete, it's not about just you and the athlete, it's about you, the athlete, the sport, and school. It's a lot to take in. You have to communicate and you have to be on the same page. It could seem like someone's lying or ignoring you or just being rude altogether. It's been really hard in my relationship, at least, for like the time management part, because you think you get to hang out with someone one day and then their coach is like,
well, we're having a party at my house, so say no to your girlfriend.
I don't know about any other college, but I know that UT is horrible about communicating with their athletes, and maybe not all their athletes, but definitely the football program, because there's been tons of times where I'm like, so when's the date? Like, I'll ask my boyfriend, what's the date for it? Or when is it gonna happen? And then they'll be like, I don't know, like nobody knows. And I'm like, how do you not know when something is like a week or 2 weeks away? You should at least have a date by then. It's just really annoying, and that's none of the players' fault, but it is so annoying. Something I want to say to people who aren't in a relationship with a college athlete but maybe want to be because they think that it's something so out of this world and so amazing, let me tell you that it is not. Yes, I love my boyfriend and I love our relationship, but there are several times where it sucks, and I'm sure just like any other relationship, you're gonna argue and it's gonna suck. But when you're dating an athlete, when you're dating a college athlete, it's like 100 times worse. And you can ask any girl who dates a college athlete that is serious about him how hard it is and how it makes it worse. It just makes it worse. I mean, because they're already stressed out, and if you bring up something or if he brings up something and you get into an argument, it's like all of that plus his stress from whatever he's stressed about, or her stress for whatever she's stressed about. So it's not about y'all anymore, it's about everything, and it makes it harder. Personally, I would never go tell someone,
Date a college athlete.
I personally wouldn't. If me and my boyfriend hadn't have met in high school, I would never have approached him, just based on the fact of how I placed all athletes in one hatred ball, which is really rude of me and really prejudiced, because not all athletes are jerks. We all have the ability to be mad and enraged, whether you think you're a happy person all the time or not. Everyone gets happy, everyone gets mad, everyone gets sad. So the fact to just place everyone in one category is not the right way to go, but also just all the things that I had to take on and the things that you will have to take on as a newcomer into a relationship with an athlete. It sounds so weird, but it's true. Like, you're new to it. You're gonna have to take all that on, and if you're super serious about it, it's gonna suck. If you're not and you're just there because you think it's cool, it still probably won't last, because eventually it'll piss you off because you're not there for the long run. You're just there for the name of it, and it's not worth that. The name of a college athlete girlfriend or boyfriend is not worth all the things you have to endure if you're only there for that reason. Which brings me to my next point.
If you really, really love your college athlete, do not leave them because of rumors or lies or hateful comments. Even
The gold digger. That thing will be thrown at you crazy.
I get called a gold digger 24/7. I mean, it's just thrown out there at me all the time. I can say that I'm not, but it doesn't matter. People will think what they want to think. If I was only with him for that reason, I wouldn't be with him right now, because like I said, all the things that you have to endure and take on and take in and support, it's a lot, and I don't think any sane person would want to deal with all that if you're just there for money or the name of things. They do not get that much money, okay? And if you're waiting 5 years for someone to get some money,
you need help.
I don't know anybody who's gonna wait 3 to 5 years for a college athlete to make it to the NFL to gain their financial benefits or whatever. I don't know a one. And you won't see a one, because if that's the case, they usually come way after the fact that they've reached the NFL, and then at that point, you know. But I met my boyfriend in high school when, again, I was completely clueless, and all the things that I had to take on made a relationship hard, but it's also in the end made it worth it. So there's a lot that goes into being with a college athlete, and it's not all sunshines and rainbows. I hope this video really helps everyone. I haven't seen too many videos on it, so that's why I'm making it. I want to be informative, and I want to help others, and I want to help myself. This video has been great for me as well, because it's like I'm venting, and I don't really have many people to talk to about these things because no one really gets it unless you're with an athlete. I had friends who were dating some of the football players. I would say they're more like acquaintances, still friends, but none of us have really gotten close. But every time I talk to them, I mean, we have like the same situations. It's just all the same, and it's really awesome to speak with others who understand what you're going through, like you understand what you're going through. So that's my spiel about dating college athletes. If you guys liked this video, give it a big thumbs up. Leave me comments down below if you have any extra questions. I think I covered everything, but you never know.
Turn up from the flow up, and thanks for watching my video. Peace.